Hi everyone, I'm Melaine from English Made Easy. I'm an English teacher, and the lessons on my channel are easy to understand and will help you to learn English in a practical and enjoyable way. Each lesson is prepared based on my experience with teaching students over the years. If you want to hear me well, you will have to be quite quiet. Did you notice the difference in the way I pronounced the last two words of the previous sentence? I'll repeat it. If you want to hear me well, you will have to be quite quiet. You will have to be quite quiet. Quite quiet. These two words are very commonly misused as they are mistaken for each other. If you are one of those many people who usually gets confused with these two words, I hope that you will learn from this lesson and never make a mistake again. There is something I would like you to do for me during this lesson. Every time I say the word quiet, quiet, I would like you to lift your right hand up like this and say the word after me. Quiet. And every time I say the word quite, I would like you to lift your left hand up and say the word after me. Can you do that? Quiet, quite, quiet, quite, quiet, quite. Believe me, after doing this simple exercise right through the lesson, you would have had a lot of fun, and also you will never forget the difference between these two words, quiet and quite. Shall we have one trial round before I begin? Quiet, quite, quiet, quite. Shall we begin then? Okay, let me explain the difference between the two words first. Quiet refers to the absence of sound, no sound, quiet. And quite means a little or a lot, but not completely. I'll repeat. Quiet is the absence of sound, quiet. And quite means a little or a lot, but not completely. Quiet is an adjective, which means it describes a noun, and quite is an adverb, which means it commonly describes a verb, right? I hope you have not forgotten the exercise I told you to do in the beginning. Every time I say the word quiet and every time I say the word quiet, okay? Don't forget. So I'll repeat that again. Quiet is an adjective, which means that it describes a noun, and quite is an adverb. So it usually adds meaning to a verb. I'll give you examples. Listen carefully. The children were very quiet at the library. She was quite busy yesterday. Did you see the difference? The children were very quiet in the library. That means they were not making a sound, the absence of sound, quiet. And she was quite busy yesterday. That means she was very busy, but not absolutely busy, right? She was quite busy yesterday. Another example. He lived in a quiet town by the river. He lived in a quiet town by the river. And it was quite an interesting movie. It was quite an interesting movie. Did you not notice the difference between the two words? Quiet and quite. Please don't forget to do what I asked you to do. Quiet, quite. Here are some more examples for you to make the difference in the meaning a little more clear. He was usually very quiet, so they were surprised to hear him speak so much that evening. They spent a nice, quiet time at home and watched TV all afternoon. The neighbors were very quiet all day. He stared across the quiet waters for hours, hoping to see a ripple. Now we'll do some examples on quite. It was quite a tiring walk uphill. The baby was quite hungry by the time they got to the mall. He was quite happy to know that his father had been transferred on duty. He was quite an unkind person. They thought it was quite surprising that their friend decided to join them for a jog that morning. Well, before I end, here's a sentence for you to try. I don't like walking past the graveyard after dark as it is dash dash in that area at that time. I'll say it again. I don't like walking past the graveyard after dark as it is dash dash towards in that area at that time. You have to use both the words, but you have to decide which word goes where. I hope it's not tricky because we've come to the end of the lesson, and by now I'm sure and I hope that both the words are very clear to you. So fill in these blanks and let's see if you get them right. You can write them in the comments below. And if you have been watching my videos and learning from them, would you like to subscribe to my channel so that you can get notified every time I post a new video? Think about it. I have a new video for you every day, and each one will teach you something new, of course, but also, hopefully, in an interesting way. So before I say bye, let's do it once more. These are the two words: quiet, which is an adjective and means the absence of sound. Quite, which is an adverb, right? And it means a lot or a little, but not completely. Quiet, quite. Quiet, quite. With that, I've come to the end of today's lesson, and I'll say bye for now. I'll see you tomorrow.